Hey everybody, it's me, Tanya, certified high performance coach and real estate coach. I want to talk to you this week about how you can level up and win the follow-up game. Now, there has been no better time than the present to be focusing on connection, to be focusing on better communication. So I want to share 5 big ideas about how we can do that. So first and foremost, what if you followed up just because? What do I mean by that? Well, oftentimes we don't follow up unless there is an absolute direct need and or maybe a reward for us following up, right? But what if at a time like now, you followed up just because? You just followed up to say thank you. You followed up to share gratitude for them making the time to have the connection with you, all right? So follow up just because is the first big idea. The second big idea is clarify next steps. What happens now? So when we're thinking about communication and more importantly, follow-up, are we leading the charge? Are we leading with what happens next? Because you see, when we take a relationship and we help lead into the future, we can bring more value. When we can be the ones that clarifies what happens now, all right? Sometimes it's so easy for us to get wrapped up in our conversation or in our connection, or maybe we're nervous and maybe we're thinking about self too much. But when we can focus on what's next, like what are the next steps, we create opportunities to connect again, right? We create relevant value for them. So are you clarifying clearly what's next for them? Is there something for them to do? Is there something for you to provide? All right? Second big idea for following up, clarify next steps. Third big idea is create an opportunity and a container for further questions. What do I mean by that? As I said before, sometimes when we're engaged and we're in a situation, especially a critical or crucial conversation, we can have subtext running, right? Sometimes if you're having a difficult conversation, they maybe are having a difficult time coming up with their questions, or they're thinking about how to respond, right? And there's a subtext going on. Can you be the leader and follow up and ask, circle back, even if it's difficult, and ask, hey, I know that was a big conversation. Hey, I know that we kind of got into a lot of content there. We kind of went deeper than I expected. Do you have any questions? Do you need any clarifying? Is there anything I can help expand on? What did you think? Right? So if we can circle back and follow up just to invite them to ask further questions, that can go a really, really long way, especially in difficult conversations. And then the fourth big idea is recap, right? Recap what you talked about, right? Follow-up can be such a valuable tool to underscore value, right? Maybe you had an incredible connection with somebody. Can you circle back and just recap what you covered and recap what you heard, right? Because here's the thing, we can hear the exact same words and take on totally 2 different meanings. So are you clarifying that what you heard them say was in fact really what they intended for you to hear, right? So when we follow up with that intention, we can really overcome a lot of misunderstandings. And then last but most certainly not least is we can reaffirm key learnings or takeaways. Again, especially when it's a difficult conversation. What's the takeaway? What's different now? What happens next? All right? What's expected now? Of you, of them? Are you helping clarify that? Are you being the leader in conversation? So that's what I'm inviting you to do, especially right now. How can you level up your follow-up? How can you level up your communication, all right? Not only are you doing a better service to the people that you're serving, but it also will save you a lot of heartache and a lot of miscommunication along the way. All right, I hope that served you. I'll see you soon. Be well. We'll chat.